What is up, guys? It is PetroCave75 here to play Sakura Succubus Hazel's Holiday. Alright, this is a Patreon exclusive. It's not available on Steam, so if you want to check it out, it's on their Patreon page. That's where you can find the game from there. Anyways, let's get started. This is one hot of an exclusive. This is the second one, right after Cosmos, like, you know, Christmas stuff. Anyways, the setting sun casts a rosy glow on the surface of the ocean. Dark blue waves lap against the shore, churning themselves into white foam. The sand shimmers fine and golden in the last vestiges of the sunlight. It's a breathtakingly beautiful scene. Oh, there she is. Oh yeah, it's so good to be back here. Feels like it's been so long. I really am living life. This time, there is not around to tell me what to do. I'm finally free. The woman standing on the golden sand, her arms outstretched, is reading the moon of riddle. The woman is very pretty. Don't get me wrong, in fact, I think she might even be beautiful. That's what all the magazines, tabloids, and talk shows and says about her anyway. Hazel Williams, the half-Japanese, half-American tennis politician, has bewitched a lot of people since her debut on the sporting scene 2 years prior. She emerged out of nowhere, really nobody that took the whole world by storm. Even people without much of an interest in tennis are fans of Hazel. It's no surprise why. She has a cute face with wide eyes and a sweet snub nose. It's rare to see her without a smile, and she's positively brimming from tip to toe with energy. Her body, meanwhile, is perfectly proportioned, and it doesn't hurt that her chest is rather large. It's hard for me to take my eyes off her, especially beneath the sunny sun which plays across her curves. Hazel's skin, which is tan, healthy, color, positively seems to glow. She's so vibrant, looking at her makes me want to smile too. Or at least it would if I didn't feel so exhausted. I'm surprised Hazel could be so full of energy, given we spent the last few hours traveling. But no, this shouldn't come as too much of a shock. Hazel's always full of energy, whether she's just won a Grand Slam or she's fresh off a flight from Tokyo. Sometimes it feels like nothing can slow her down. I mean, meanwhile, I am horribly fed of you, a fact which isn't help given I'm the one who's been stuck hauling our suitcase along the beach while Hazel gambles about like a lamb. I'm glad she's having fun, but hey Hazel, aren't you gonna lend me a hand with the luggage? Most of this stuff is yours. Maybe I should sound ungrateful taking such a snippy tone with a boombox babe like Hazel, but I can't help it. I'm sleepy, darn it. My legs ache after being cramped on a plane for too long. I'm unusually tall for a Japanese guy, and planes never seem to have enough space for me to stretch out. My arms are also starting to hurt from hauling these suitcases along. This sucks, honestly. Oops. Hazel unfortunately seems to see how run down I am because she smiles guiltily. She skips over towards me and takes hold of not just one, but 2 suitcases from my overburdened arms. Sorry about that, rookie. I just got a little carried away. Well, I can see that, and I could hear it too. They were being pretty loud. He startled a whole bunch of seagulls. Perhaps I should count myself lucky. Actually, that those seagulls didn't crap on my head when they took off. Should I count that as a silver living? Oh, I guess I did. I hope I didn't make your eardrums ring, Haruki, my buddy, my pal. It's fine. After the screaming baby I got stuck next to on the plane, you're not so bad. What? Was there a screaming baby on the plane? Yes, there was. It was yelling its head off during the whole trip. Like, yeah, for like, what, 21 hours straight? Jeez. I know you were asleep for like most of the flight, but did you really not hear it? Nope, I was snoozing like a baby myself. Oh, I wish that baby had slept like a baby. That's enough grousing about bawling babies for now, though we're not on the plane anymore, thank goodness. Now that I'm free from that glorified tin can in the air, I can finally stretch my legs. You're kind of crazy though, Hazel. I have no idea how you managed to sleep through that. I feel like you deserve some kind of a medal. I already have a bunch of medals, silly, and trophies too. I've won enough tournaments. I don't need a reward for being really good at sleeping. It's actually a little embarrassing that I'm such a heavy sleeper. Lady Yue told me I could sleep through a fire before. If I heard that yesterday, I would have thought that was an exaggeration, but now I wonder. I'm a woman of many talents. They're not all useful though. I mean, I don't know, I think you're very impressive. Is being considered not one of your talents? Well, thank you. I'm glad you think so. Even if I can be a bit thoughtless, I should be able to carry the luggage back to the beach house easily enough. No, so don't worry. I might be a little off my game, but I can manage at least this much. Hazel's been feeling off her game for a while, ever since Christmas, in fact. Apparently, she's been eating too much. She told me a Chinese restaurant opened up there to her place, whose mapo tofu was to die for, and now she's suffering from it. Concerned about her figure and about her fitness regimen, Hazel decided to head over to Ayu's beach house in Okinawa during the first week of March to detox from eating too much mapo tofu. She's planned a pretty strict fitness routine for herself, which should occupy her every waking hour down to the very last millisecond. Hazel showed me her itinerary while we were waiting in the airport, and the sight of it made me shudder. She's not going easy on herself. How much mapo tofu exactly has she been eating? Hazel's always been taking her health seriously, but I've never seen her quite this determined before. I just hope she doesn't expect me to tag along with her during her early morning jogging sessions. I'm not the one who needs to train up for the future tennis tournament. Hazel is. I know she likes it when we work out together, but I'm less athletically inclined than she is. If I try to stick to her Kanyan schedule, I'd probably die. In fact, just thinking about it makes me feel exhausted. And to think we've come all this way to Okinawa, to Ayu's beach house, and Hazel's going to be busy going jogging and doing squats the whole time. What's even the point? Part of me is starting to wonder why I came along at all. Now, Hiroki, maybe Hazel can see what I'm thinking because she nudges me aside. Don't look so gloomy. I know you had a rough flight, but we're here now, we're surrounded by sun and sea surf, and it's pretty warm too for March. What's the reason you have for looking so down? I'm not down per se, I'm just tired. I yawned as if to further prove this remark, and I'm worried that we won't be able to spend much time together. Won't you be busy working out? I do have a pretty packed schedule, it's true. Tell me about it. But it's not like I won't spare you any time at all. Since you agreed to come with me, we can do some coupley stuff. We can go on dates if you like. Don't you want to go on a romantic stroll down the beach together? I would say no to that, but knowing you isn't it more likely to turn into a romantic job. Well, I guess you saw right through at that, huh? It's not hard to. You're quite transparent. Well, what's so wrong with a romantic jog? I'd let you hold my hand if you wanted. While we jog? What? And by that you mean drag me around with you. I sigh. You know I'm a lot slower than you are. I'll never be able to keep up. Not with that attitude. Maybe you need to be more positive. I'm plenty positive when the situation calls for it. I'm just being realistic right now. I like Hazel a lot, but I don't know if I like her enough to sweat alongside her on the beach or in the forest for hours at a time. So much for having a nice relaxing holiday. Oh man. This place is just luxurious as I remember. Hazel glances around the extensive open plan kitchen living room of Ayu's beach house, grinning all the while. Ayu might have a bit of a short term, but at least she has good taste when it comes to interior decor. This place is classy as fuck. I really can't fault it. Though if I absolutely had to nitpick it, I'd say it could use a treadmill. Maybe that ruined the vibes, though. Maybe this is supposed to be the holiday getaway. After all, not a personal gym. Though, now that you mention it, I'm surprised Ali doesn't have a gym installed here. She's pretty particular about her figure. Well, it's no problem for me. I can always go jogging outside. It's not like there's any shortage of paths around here, not in the forest. And of course there's the beach too. I'll be sure to get a lot of swimming in. It's great work out. Since you have to use all of your muscles, swimming's more effective than jogging actually, but I like the feeling of the ground beneath my feet too much to give it up. Besides, it's kind of nice when you get into a rhythm while you're jogging and you work up a sweat. Sure it is. I'll take your word for it. Well, that's enough about exercise for now. We can worry about all of that tomorrow. It's pretty late right now, so I think we should all get some delicious grub in us and then hit the hay. What do you think, Haruki? That doesn't sound like a bad idea. I'm pretty hungry myself. I'm not the best cook here. There is. I look at the fridge dubiously. And do we even have any ingredients to work with? Hazel and I went to Ali's beach house straight after getting off our flight, without pausing to swing by the nearest supermarket. As such, it seems reasonable to expect that the fridge would be barren. That's what I'm expecting, at least, but never fear. I told Ali about our plans and she was very efficient at organizing everything. Just take a look at this. Ta-da! It's with a cheerful exclamation that Hazel skips over to the fridge and yanks the door open. My expectations were pretty low, but oh wow, it's completely full. It sure is. Ali told me she's got one of her guys to go shopping for us earlier today. The fridge is all stocked and so the freezer. And the floor has been freshly vacuumed and the bed's newly made. Isn't that neat? Now that you mention it, I did think this place looked suspiciously dust-free, given how long it's been since we were last here. Does Ali employ people just to take care of her house then? Sure looks like it. Wow, that feels like such a waste since she hardly ever stays here. But I guess if you got the money, you might as well use it. I guess so. Now to address your first point, you don't have to worry about cooking Hiroki. I figured since you were nice enough to agree to come all this way with me, I'd be pampering you instead. Huh? Now this is unexpected development. Do you mean you're going to do the cooking, Hazel? That's right. You already know something bad's going to happen. Oh boy. She sounds pretty confident about this, but oh boy, I don't know. I don't want you giving me food poisoning. I don't know if I should risk it. What if you give me food poisoning? Hey, I resent that remark. Hazel scowls and nudges me in the side with her elbow. Are you questioning my domestic abilities? I look her cute out. Just a little. You don't really look like the type. I mean, you're no Hifumi. Yeah, well, we all know Hifumi is like a goddess when it comes to household stuff. Lowly mortals like myself will never be able to compare to her. I'm nowhere near as good at cooking and cleaning as she is, so don't get your hopes up too high. But I'm not completely useless, you know. I'm not like Cosmos. My cooking isn't the best, but it's definitely edible. I think it should be more than good enough for you. No, I guarantee that it will be. By the end of this trip, you'll be begging to assemble even more of my healthy, home-cooked foods. I've got it all under control. Let's hope she doesn't burn down the house. 15 minutes later. Hey, Hazel. Yes, Hiroki, my dear darling, my beloved, who I adore above all else. What is it? What? It's just, oh boy, here we go. That outfit you're wearing, isn't it pretty impractical for cooking? What? But I'm wearing an apron, Hiroki. That's what you're supposed to wear when you cook to stop oil splashing on you. Even if Hifumi wears aprons when she's cooking, this is like the basic of the basics. I know it's customary to wear an apron when you're cooking, but common sense dictates that you should wear it on top of something else. Right now you're only wearing an apron, yes, and you have a load of bare skin of display. You're not wearing nearly enough protection. Oh, Hiroki. Sweet, innocent Hiroki. I'm glad you cared so much, but you're worried too much. Am I worried too much, or are you not worrying enough? Nah, it'll be fine. I know you've never seen me cook before, but I ain't bad at it. Like I said, I have enough faith in my abilities that I won't give myself burns. You don't have to worry. That's a relief at least, but I don't get why you couldn't put an apron on top of the rest of your clothes. It defeats the point. For most guys, though. Even if Hazel does look good like that, I've got to admit, I've seen the members of my Succubus here in all sort of risky outfits. Cosmos in particular, who has a real penchant for dressing up, but now that I think about it, I've never seen any of them only wear an apron before. It's a bit strange. I've never tried this with Fumi, actually, given she is, like Hazel so astoundingly, astutely pointed out, a housewife extraordinary. There's something funny about that, the fact that I'm seeing Hazel in this getup first, but it definitely suits her. Hazel has a tan toned body, and that apron's not doing a good job of covering it. Her front is relatively obscured, at least, but there's a lot of her rear on display. I can see the curve of her spin and the plush mounts of her ass. Not to mention her thighs. I feel like she's giving me quite the treat here. But I do have to wonder about her, how practical it is. Don't be such a party pooper. I'm sure this will work out. You know I don't like wearing too many unnecessary layers. I feel more at ease when I'm as naked as possible. That's why I never wear underwear. What? Well, I already know about that. Hazel dislikes of panties is common knowledge. She's almost always goes commando under her skirt, so much so it actually caused something of a stir online. I've seen a lot of people analyze Hazel, still of Hazel, during her tennis matches, trying to figure out if the peachiness they can see beneath the pleats of her skirt are skin-colored cycling shorts or something else. Hazel doesn't seem to care about all of the debate online about her privates, however. She's easygoing like that. I figured, since I was going to cook for you, I should be as comfortable as possible. It should help me make you food that's extra delicious. I hope so. I like to believe that I'm pretty hungry, but Hazel doesn't seem at all interested in natural cooking. She's moving about the kitchen in an exaggerated way, shaking her hips all the while. Every once in a while she pauses to look at me over her shoulders, just to gauge my reaction. Is she trying to get a rise out of me? If so, it's working pretty well. I'm starting to feel distinctly flushed though. I try to ignore my mountain urges. I don't want to distract Hazel while she's supposedly cooking, not when I'm so hungry. I'm making an honest effort to avert my eyes, but oh no! It would appears that I've dropped my potato peeler. Silly me, whatever should I do now? I suppose I have no choice but to bend down and pick it up like this. Hazel bends down very, very slowly, her gaze directed onto the floor. It's obvious based on the stiff, wooden way she's acting, she'll not be beneath Hifumi for any staring roles in romance dramas anytime soon. That this is all a complete farce. She didn't drop her potato peeler by accident, she threw it onto the floor deliberately. Now she's making a great show of retrieving it. She's leaning forward so her rear is sticking up in the air. She isn't wearing anything to cover it. That's Hazel for you. She's utterly defenseless. Dear oh dear, where could it be? I can't seem to find it anywhere. Did I drop it here? Or maybe here? Goodness, what a pickle. I watch as Hazel searches the floor and swaying her hips from side to side all the while. This is quite the show. Oh, Hiroki. Hazel gets to her feet then looks at me from over her shoulder. Would you mind helping me look for the potato peeler? I'm a complete butterfingers and I have no idea where it might have gone. Indeed, I need a big, strong man to help me look for it and to Give me a proper scolding for being such a silly girl. Well, if it's a scolding she wants, I can certain oblige. I feel like a bit of a smug for being quite this easy to manipulate, but I don't mind scolding you. I get to my feet and approach Hazel. I win an arm around her and softly I say, I'll scold you good at heart for being such a naughty girl. You're being very badly behaved, but I think I know how to discipline you. Oh yes, please do. This is getting kind of exciting actually. Oh boy, here we go. Hazel giggles coyly as a pair of her wings sprout from her back alongside her tail. I've seen this happen before, so I'm not too surprised. I already know after all that Hazel is a succubus, but I still didn't expect it. Hey Hazel, what is that? What's with the wings? Oh, it just happens sometimes when we succubus get overstimulated. I can hide them again though if you want. I wonder. What should I say? We could keep the wings or just hide it straight up. I'll just keep the wings. You can keep the wings if you want. It doesn't make any difference to me. You look bloody sexy regardless. Now, why don't we step things up a notch? I'll lean in and press a kiss against Hazel's neck. We barely even began. Alright. A little while later, and we already finished smashing. Alright, let's go. So what do you think of the food, Hiroki? Hazel beams at me from the other side of the tabletop, her expressions bright and cheerful. Hazel since changed out of her apron. Now she's back in her casual clothes. Her hair looks a little rumpled after our trice, but other than that, there's no signs of what went on. Hazel could bounce back pretty quickly after these little intermissions of ours. I would have expected her to want a bit of a rest after all that, but her energy reserves don't seem to have diminished in the slightest. I shouldn't be wondering at how durable Hazel is, though I should pay more attention to her food. Hazel did get back to cooking when she freshened herself up a little. Since we got distracted, we're eating later than we both anticipated. My lust might have been satisfied, but my appetite hasn't yet, which might explain why Hazel's cooking looks so good. She prepared white rice and miso soup. They're both staple, but she's pretty served it alongside some sort of seaweed and tofu salad, which looks pretty healthy. There's also some pan-seared salmon and asparagus that I've been topped with some of the source of garlic sauce. The salmon has been cooked to perfection. Its flesh is soft and pink, while its underside is dark and crispy. The garlic sauce, meanwhile, that coats the fish smooth. Planes make the whole thing shimmer. It looks pretty freaking good, even if it might be a little charred in places. It tastes good too. I'm aware of being too customary in case I overinflate Hazel's ego. But what the heck? She worked hard. I think she deserves this. This is incredible. You're a great chef. Do you really think so? Yeah, I had a few doubts, but you weren't joking when you said you were multi-talented. You really do know your way around the kitchen. Well, I'm an athlete, you know. I need to watch what I eat, so I can't eat pre-packaged garbage brought from the convenience store. Well, I like to know exactly what I'm putting into my body. Hazel accompanies this remark with a salacious wink. So I like to prepare most of my meals myself. It makes it easier to keep track of exactly how much I'm eating. Now that you've seen how talented I am, Hiroki, this is making you fall in love with me more and more. I love you a lot already, Hazel. It's not like I like you any less if you were good at cooking, but I offered Hazel a small smile that patted the top of her head. It was a pleasant surprise, yeah. Oh, you're such a charmer. I told you Hifumi's not the only one who's good at cooking in the kitchen. I'm pretty good with my hands myself, speaking of which. Hazel's smile takes on a decidedly more salacious bend as coyly she presses her chest against my arms. Since you've had dinner, do you want to try dessert now? I don't feel the That's just a tone note in Hazel's voice. I mean, please, I'm a guy with a Sakura Succubus. I'm used to women flirting with me, but I decide to play dumb. I look at Hazel quizzically that says, Did you make dessert? I would have thought you'd be into that since it's so sugary. Are you supposed to be a healthy nut? If you're not careful with your calories, you might gain weight. Don't I know it? I'm trying to be a bit responsible with my portion sizes. But you know you don't have to worry about my weight right now. The dessert I have in mind is pretty good for me. It's so good, in fact, it'll actually help me burn calories. Really, now? And what ingredients would this dessert contain, might I ask? Do you want to try guessing? Huh? This is just a wild shot in the dark, but... Would it have to contain bananas? It contains a banana, yeah. A really long, thick one. Yeah, we already know. We already know what's gonna happen here at this point. Anybody watching this already knows what's gonna happen, bro. I'm pretty fond of bananas, but I think this banana in particular would be extra tasty. I mean, sure, of course. I can't wait to try it. You sound like you're pretty excited. Oh, I am. Saliva just thinking about it. Some fruity banana, probably. Well, if you want it so badly, who am I to stop? You. I won't keep you away from your dessert. But please go easy on me. I'm pretty tired, so I don't know if I'm able to last too long. Good point. Hazel giggles, then presses her skin against my cheek. Alright then, Hiroki dear, I can take things slow. Food might not be here, but I'm pretty good at taking care of people too. I'll treat your banana really nicely. I promise. Oh Lord, here we go. Well, I spent the next 15 minutes savoring my dessert with Hazel. Or rather, I watched Hazel savor her dessert, which seems to be enjoying an awful lot. She makes an awful lot of sighing, gasping noises, even though my banana is the one being taken care of. It's nice to see she's so into it, I guess. Then once that's over, we both clean up around the kitchen. We wash the dishes, stash them away in the cupboards, then have a bath. We step into the bath together. There's no reason for modesty, I guess, after how intimately acquainted we are, and we take it into turns to wash each other's backs. It isn't until we were both squeaky clean then that I head off to bed. Hazel and I say goodbye to the night, and I slide myself beneath my covers. My eyelids fall shut, pulled by the extraordinary force of my own intense fatigue. And just like that, I fall fast asleep. I'd hope I'd be able to have a bit of a lie in the following morning, but... Hey there, sleepyhead, wake up, rise and shine. The early bird catches the worm, you know. I have a jam-packed itinerary for us today, and it's not going to take care of itself. Let's get moving. Up and at 'em. I groan in response, burying my face into the pillow. I have no idea what time it is. To be honest, I don't want to check. But knowing Hazel, I wouldn't be surprised if it's something unholy like 6 a.m. I've not had all that much sleep, and my legs are still aching after that awful flight yesterday. And so are my eardrums. Where does Hazel get all of her energy from? Do I really have to get moving? I'm tired. You might be tired now, but you'll be less tired if you want to wake up. Wake up, get up, and get out here. There's nothing better than getting your blood flowing early in the morning, you know. It's a great medicine for all sorts of aches and pains. I think it's more likely I'll whip up in pain after the jogging, though. You can't know that. Hiroki, not unless you give it a go. Where's all your gumptions gone? I don't know. Maybe I used it all up yesterday after we got all cozy? Oh, right. Good point. We were going at it pretty hard, huh? Well, yeah, that's because you were wearing nothing but an apron. I made sure to serve you a hearty dinner after all that. Though it was packed full of nutritions, it should have given you plenty of energy. You have more than enough to eat, so now you've got to start burning it off. I won't cook for you again, you know. Hear me, unless you come jogging with me, this is my ultimate time. I'm really not sold on the idea of going jogging with Hazel or going jogging in general, really. But the food she made for me last night was pretty good. The thought of having a scourge for myself during the rest of our so-called holiday pretty depressing. If I had a choice, I'd far rather eat Hazel's cooking than my own. I'm a bit upset that I'm betraying my strict no jogging principle over something like this, but that, they say, is accurate. The way to a guy's heart really is through his stomach. Alright, fine. You drive a bargain I can't resist. Oh, does that mean you'll come with me? I don't want to upset you, so... Sure, I guess. It looks pretty uncool if I hung back and I don't want to upset you. Not when you're so excited. Yeah, I'd be a bit of a jerk to pour cold water over your parade. I yawn. Even if I'm sleepy. I pull the sheets off of me and sit up in bed. A quick glance at the clock on my bedside table tells me that, yep, it's only 6:15. It's actually a little later than that. I thought it'd be, but geez, what did I do to deserve this? Hazel must be some sort of punishment I have to endure for committing a heinous crime in the past life. Alright, this is gonna be so much fun. I can't wait. If only she didn't look so happy about my impending misery. It makes it really hard for me to be annoyed at her when she's smiling this much. Does this feel great? There's nothing like feeling the wind running through your hair while you're out on a jog. Yeah, I'm not too sure about that. I've been jogging with her for a while, 15 minutes, and my muscles already feel like they're locking up. I did a few stretches before I set off, but since I don't exercise all that often, I guess it wasn't enough to limber me up properly. My legs feel like they're screaming at me, my calves in particular. I'm trying to match Hazel's pace as best I can, but I can do this all day. I'm so used to working out at the gym, I'm almost forgotten just how good it feels to get some exercise out in the open. How you're holding up, Hiroki? Aren't you having fun? Fun, I like to say, would be a bit of an overstatement, but in actuality, all I can say is, oh my gosh, yeah. I'm so overexerted I can't do much or other than gasp for air. I have no idea how Hazel's able to keep running at such a fast clip. She's crazy. She's insane, like, it's crazy. She's inhumane. Well, she's a succubus though, so I guess that probably explains it. Quite literally. Hey Hiroki, are you sure you're alright? You sound like you're on the verge of death or something. Don't you think you're going to collapse, do you? At this point, I'm not capable of thinking about anything other than how much my body hurts and how sweaty I am and how awful this all is. Why did I let Hazel talk me into this anyway? I already knew from the experience that going jogging with her is like the worst thing ever. I should have let myself be swayed so easily. Not by food of all things. Not even a 5-star gourmet meal is worth this much anguish. Pretty fed up with Hazel right now. Yeah. But I think I'm even more annoyed at myself. I really am my own worst enemy. Sheesh. Hey, we got some exercise at least. A little while later. It's swimming time. That was so much fun. I always feel like more like myself after I had a nice long jog. What do you think, Hiroki? Was that alright for you? Hazel might be in good spirits after our jog, but then again, when is she ever not in good spirits? But I feel like a dead, flattened thing scraped off the road. I'm covered in sweat and my limbs are aching so much I don't have the strength to stand up. My lungs, meanwhile, feel like a pair of deflated beach balls, and it's hard for me to inhale. Finally, I look at Hazel and say, that sure was strenuous. You really were going easy on me. Well, of course not. That defeats the point of working out. We've got to push ourselves if we want to see results. You'll never get muscles like mine without putting in the work. Hazel flexed her biceps, which to to be fair to her, are pretty shapely. Hazel's not on the same level as my bodybuilder, but she has a well-defined forearms and calves, and her stomach is rather toned. I think she might have more muscles mass than I do, probably beneath her tan skin. Speaking of Hazel's skin, quite a lot of it is on display right now. She stripped off the clothes she wore while jogging, so now she's wearing nothing but her swimsuit. I had no idea she was wearing a swimsuit on her jogging gear, but I guess it might have saved time if she wants to go for a swim later. I just hope she doesn't expect me to go for a dip with her in the ocean to clean off. I think I need to lie here for a bit to gather my bearings and my breath. I like to have a nice relaxing bath. That sounds more soothing than splashing around the ocean. That's what I want, but speaking of getting muscles, do you want to come with a swim for me now, Hiroki? Oh no, please no, anything but that, please. Sorry, Hazel, but I'm going to have to pass on that. I don't think I can work out more today, unless we're counting the workout I'll get from walking from the beach to Ayu's beach house, then to my bedroom, of course. I just wanted to lie down. Won't Hazel have mercy on me? Oh, Hiroki. Apparently not. This jog is just the beginning. It's supposed to be like an appetizer. Now you've gotten a taste of how good it feels to push your body. Don't you want to keep on going? It's way too early for you to give up. Sorry, but I'm not as into sports as you are. It took all the energy I had just to finish that jog. More than that will kill me. Oh, please, you're exaggerating. Do you want to test it and find out? I must admit, I'm pretty curious. Now, come on, Hiroki. Please, please, please. No means no. Stop bugging me. Well, if you insist. I don't want to, but I'm afraid if I let Hazel drag me into this, I really might die. But if you want to be with me that much, I guess I can give it a go. Just go easy on me, alright? I'm weak in flesh and spirit, and I can't take too much physical activity. Ooh, alright. You're the best, Rookie. You're the greatest boyfriend that ever there was. I knew there was a reason why I love you so much. Now come here, let me kiss you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Hazel begins to scatter kisses all over my face, smiling all the while when... Goodness me! What a production! Must you make so much noise? Do you have anything else to say excuses your unseemly conduct, Hazel? Huh? Lady Yue? What the? Hazel gasped, her eyes wide as a goose eggs. She surveys the unquestioned ruler of Succubus realm, the one and only Yue. Yue is standing in the entrance of a dark swirling portal, one which presumably leads to the Succubus realm. The portal soon closes up behind her when Yue takes a step forward. Yes, that is my name. You don't need to squawk it at me. I am well aware of my title. But what is the meaning of this, Hazel? Why are you bothering Hiroki so much? If you keep forcing him into all these athletic pursuits, you'll wear him out. You might even hurt him. If that were to happen, you would be the only one affected. Hiroki is every bit of mine, as much as he is yours, and I will not stand by and have you monopolize his time like this. I think I'm starting to see why Yue decides to pay us a visit. She'll never admit this to as much. She has so much pride, but I think she might have been jealous. If so, that's kind of cute. I know she doesn't like being a part of for me for very long, particularly given she was my school sweetheart. She was actually my very first girlfriend, through a particular twist of fate, but I won't go into that right now. In any case, I understand why she looks so upset. Ah, shoot, I'm sorry, Lady Yue, for gobbling up all of Hiroki's time. And I'm sorry if I was going a little too hard on him. I tend to get carried away, especially when sports are involved. I guess I was being thoughtless, wasn't I? Yes, you were. You ought to be more careful. As durable as Hiroki is, he isn't made of steel. If pushed to the brink, he will begin to wear out. I think he's approaching that point already. I was feeling pretty worn out, yeah. Thanks, Yue, for covering for me Hazel never listens to the thing I have to say, but I can always count on you to reason with her. It is no problem, as one of my favorite subjects. It is to be expected that I would try to look out for you. I know we don't get to spend much time together, which is a pity, but I really do care about you. I know you make it pretty apparent. I don't know what I'd do without you. You would probably be floating face down in the ocean right now, slowly drowning while your legs cramp up. Yeah, she's probably not wrong about that. Fortunately for you, I'm here to keep an eye on you. I won't let anybody hurt you, not even one of my own loyal servants. Now, Hazel, you need to let Hiroki rest. I will not stand by and let you harm him further. While I did want to put Hiroki through his paces a bit more, I bet she did. I thought Marina was supposed to be a sadist. But I could never pass up an opportunity to exercise with you, Lady Yue. I never thought I'd get the chance. Yes, you ought to be exceedingly grateful. It is not every day one gets to converse with one queen of all Succubus, you know. Oh, I know. Believe me, I do. This really is my lucky day. I can't wait to work out with you, Lady Yue. It'll be the blast. Man, now this is an interesting combination. It's not unusual for Hazel to fawn over Yue, but it seems a little out of the character that Yue would offer to be Hazel's exercise partner. She isn't going to help Hazel with her stretches, is she? I can't really imagine it. Yue's such an elderly woman, she doesn't strike me as the type of who exert herself with physical affairs. But then again, she did take part in the beach volleyball tournament last summer. Maybe she's more actively proactive than I'm giving her credit for. Well, whatever the case, I'm thankful to her. If it wasn't for her, I'd be stuck acting like Hazel's party for the rest of the holiday, which is something my body could do without. She really has come to my rescue. A little while later. Oh, here we go. Woohoo! Now this is more like it. I feel like this will really help me get into shape. Thank you so much, Lady Yue, for helping out a lonely person, plebeian like me. I really do appreciate it. This humble servant of yours couldn't be happier. How lovely. I'm glad you seem to be enjoying yourself so much. But if you have the energy enough to start yammering, then you clearly aren't, working hard enough. Now drop and give me 20, no, 50. If you cannot manage at least that much, Yue shifts her right hand and squeezes Hazel's rear tightly. I'll give you a spanking, you shan't forget it in a hurry. You're being pretty assertive today, Lady Yue. That's pretty nice. Part of me wouldn't mind being spanked. Of course. Is she more of a sadist than Marina? Bro, of course you wouldn't. But you're hopeless. But I don't want to let you down, so I'll do my best. In fact, I'll do even better and give you 100. Do you really think you can manage that? If it's for your sake, my lady, I can do anything. I'll show you just how cool I can be. Really now? Yue smiles wickedly. I'm glad that you're so positive all about this, Hazel. I'm not going to let you off the hook that easily. As the queen of the Succubus realm, my training routine is rather strict. For example. Alright, so yeah, that push-up turned into some kind of some lady play afterwards between the two of them. You already probably might know what I mean. But anyways, a little while later. I feel that really hit the spot. Thanks, Lady Yue, for helping me work out. You're the best partner girl I could have when it comes to exercising. Don't mention it. As your rule of a Succubus, keeping you in line is my job. I am no stranger to disciplining naughty girls who cannot behave. Oh yes, that's right. Lady Yue, I'm very, very naughty, which means you've gotta go hard on me. There's something else this lowly servant wants. You certainly sound lowly when you speak in such debasing terms. I would ask whether you have any self-respect at all. But I think you and I both know the answer to that question. Now, I can't stay here for too long. I only have so much free time at my disposal, but there is one thing I must insist upon before I take my leave. don't bother Hiroki too much. He's only human, and though his stamina is impressive for one of its kind, he can't match up to us Sakura. I see that you've been pushing him beyond his limits. I'll be very cross with you. You don't want me to scold you, do you, Hazel? Well, that depends on the scolding. Me and Sano wasn't all that bad. I thought you might say that. You're so hopeless. I was just thinking the same thing. Hey, that's not fair. I'm only useless when pretty girls are involved. In all other regards, I'm at the top of my game. I'm not a pro athlete for nothing, you know. You might be a pro athlete, but you can't be incredibly dense when it comes to understanding other people's emotions. Now, try to be nice to Hiroki. Humans only have one life, and I don't want your thoughtlessness shortening his. Am I making this plain? Quite plain, milady. I'll try to be more considerate from now on. Good. See it to that you are. Otherwise, I'll make you regret it. It's with this pardoning remark that Yue turns on her heels, her hair fluttering behind her. She clicks her fingers in the air in front of her, tears into two, shifting then mutating to form a dark portal. I'll be seeing the both of you later. Play nice, Hazel. I don't want you breaking my beloved Haruki. Yue then steps forward, the breeze catching in her long, dark hair. She enters the portal, it edges indulgently, instinctively with wispy tendrils of magical energy. And at the moment she darkens, envelopes her, she disappears from my view. Well, I'll say this about Succubus, if nothing else. They sure know how to make an exit. They sure do, though. After Yui's brief visit, the days begin to fly by. Hazel's pretty dogged when it comes to sticking to her self-imposed schedule. She's up early in the morning when the sun's still rising, and she's out on the beach jogging or doing crunches. She doesn't try to haul me along with her on her early morning expeditions, thank goodness, and after how disastrous the first attempt turned out, I do join her on the beach throughout the day, however to keep her company while she's doing stretching and squatting. I even joined her in a sea of a couple of times to swim, though Hazel's, of course, a much faster swimmer than I am. She's constantly leaving me in her dust. I may have to say surf. Thankfully, Hazel doesn't seem to expect me to keep pace with her. Perhaps she realized, insistent though she can be, that this would be an impossible ask. She seems happy enough instead, just to have me alongside her, something which I'm appreciated for. Hazel's unfailing high reserve of energy can be difficult to deal with, but I do like how straightforward she is about her feelings, and how enthusiastic she is too when it comes to displays of affection. When she's finished working out late in the evening, we'll eat dinner together, dinner that Hazel always prepares and then plies me with kisses. I was afraid my stay at Yayu's beach house would be nothing short of torturous, but this isn't too bad really. In fact, I'm finding it quite comfortable. I'm a little sad, as a matter of fact, when the penultimate day of our trip arrives. Come tomorrow, Hazel will have to head back to the airport so we can return to Tokyo. Then I'll go back to my boring office job while Hazel, well, she has a tournament coming up, doesn't she? I guess nothing about Hazel's life is boring. She's always on the move. Part of me advises her inexhaustible energy, but I'm not sure if I could live like that myself. I feel tired just watching her. It'd be nice if we could spend more time together, though. I can't help but ponder this as we sit on the beach together, watching the waves lap at the shore. Hazel just finished with her exercise for the morning, so now she's having a bit of a break. She looks at me, a coy smile playing about her lips, and says in a cheery voice, "Hey, Hiroki." What is it? I was just thinking. Hazel scoots a little closer to me on the sand and winds an arm through my own. I've had a a real good time with you this last week. I hope you feel the same way. Of course I do. You're always a lot of fun to be with. Really? Do you think so? Well, yeah. You're so easygoing, I never have to worry about upsetting or offending you. I like spending time with the others too. I think you're one of the easiest of me to get along with. I like how chill you are. You do take sports super seriously. Well, of course I do. Sports are like the only thing I'm any good at. It's what I've dedicated my whole life to ever since I was a little kid, so I can be number one. I love working hard, and I love being with people who work hard too. They bring out the best in me. I'm very sorry then that I can't meet your expectations. I know I'm a little bit of a slob. You can stand to be a bit fitter, yeah, but you're working hard in your own way. You have that office job, and you just gotta appease your boss, and you have a handful of something to take care of. These aren't easy tasks. I'm not surprised you feel all tired all the time yourself. You're like always giving it your all. Do you think so? I do. That's why I like you so much. People don't need to push themselves physically in order to be hard workers. Doing your best at your job or trying to make your friends and family happy. That's all impressive too. I think you're a great guy, really. I'm very happy you agreed to come here with me and that you're supporting me while I was working out. You gave me the boost I need to keep on doing my best. And I always appreciate you for that. I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but I really do love you. And I think that I'll ever change no matter how much you might hate working out. Well, I don't see why you tacked that on the end there. I bought a Hazel then, brought her in the side which makes her giggle, but right back at you. I love you a lot too. I must the top of Hazel's head, messing up her hair. Even if you are an incorrigible expeditionist who loves sports way too much, I don't understand your taste, but you're still fun to be with, and I'm sure you will stay together. Do you wanna? Of course I do. I did my head and I pressed a kiss against Hazel's forehead. Nothing would make me happier. Oh, well, this is the end here. Not too bad. It's like under 54 minutes. Alright, so this is the end of this exclusive that's on Patreon. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this as well. They might post more of it soon, like we should get like more very soon. But this is actually pretty good. First we got Cosmos, then we got Hazel. We should get like Ayu's and Marina's and Yui's later on. Or even the others as well. But yes, again, that is the end of today's video, everybody. Thank you guys for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, join my Discord server down below in the description today. And check out my social media as well. And I am